So I know you guys are super busy, so I'm going to keep this short. I just lettered in pickleball club that I started this year at my high school, and I know you two went to high school together. Was there pickleball at that high school, and what was the high school?
There was not. I was still
No
pretty young
pickleball.
back then. So
Yeah, even though it existed, I had never even heard of pickleball, and we're pretty old. So
we are pretty old.
for what is it? We graduated 2007. So were you even born then? No, I don't think you were you?
I was born in 2009.
Yeah, no, that makes me feel old. No pickleball. Um, but amazing that we've heard in the Midwest, there's a lot of high schools that have done an incredible job with high school programs. How many students are in your club?
Well, it's like different every week. I started one at the middle school that I went to, but we got probably 3 courts going every week. And then I just started one at the high school this year because I'm a 9th grader. But we get like 2 courts every week.
That's
Amazing.
awesome.
Yeah, Austin played a little bit of tennis. I think you were on the team, weren't you, Austin?
I was. Yep. I was actually undefeated in high school tennis. I played one match and I won it. So undefeated. So
Not bad.
yeah.
And what's the coolest opportunity you guys have gotten because of pickleball?
Ooh, that's a great question. What would you say, George?
I mean that is that's a big one because we've had I think me and Austin sometimes will, when we have these opportunities, we'll sit down and be like, that one was for the books. But I think it either has to be bringing on Drew Brees as an ambassador. Anytime you can bring a Super Bowl champion and one of the best quarterbacks of all time to be an ambassador, and also being an investor and franchisee owner, it's pretty amazing. I think for me that'd probably be the biggest and coolest opportunity that we've had so far. Austin, what would be yours? I know
I'd say
you got to meet Katy Perry. I did
yeah.
not. So
Meeting Katy Perry and Drew Brees because of pickleball was awesome. I think going to all these pro pickleball tournaments and getting to know these pro players has been a really fun experience. And then when we went to F1 and had a court at F1 was pretty fun in Austin, and watched the Formula One racers, and we had a pickleball court really close to the main turn in F1, and that was fun.
That is fun. What are your strengths and weaknesses in your partnership?
Well, I don't know if we have enough time to go over the weaknesses of me and George, but we can get through the strength pretty quick. So I'd say that the biggest strength that me and George have been friends for so long is that we've been able to create a company that has this friendship culture and family culture, and we really try to have a lot of fun while we're working, and try to really enjoy our jobs, because how could you not? It's pickleball. And another strength is that we've always tried to surround ourselves with really, really smart people that are, that really understand their field of real estate or franchising or different aspects of the business of marketing. Me and George have always tried to make sure that we, stay really humble, that we know we can't do everything, and that we need to hire the right people that are experts in those areas. So I would say those are probably our main strengths.
what is our weaknesses, Austin? I'm trying to think.
I think our weaknesses is sometimes we're sometimes we're a little too, I don't know, I can't even say this the right way with making sure I don't have to give a long explanation, but sometimes me and George because we're very, very friendly. We like to keep everybody pretty happy. And so in business, you're faced with challenging situations sometimes where you can't make everyone happy. And sometimes me and George struggle at that, and we have to bring other people in to help us. We're getting better, but sometimes those harder decisions have never been our strong suit, because we generally want to make everybody happy and be excited about what we're doing. And unfortunately in business, that doesn't always go that way.
Now on the pickleball court, there's a lot of weaknesses from our
Yes.
backhand deeps to our thirds to our fifths to, I mean, you name it. We got a lot of weaknesses on the pickleball court.
Well, who's a better pickleball player out of you two?
Last few times I've played George, I beat him pretty consistently. So overall, George is better, but right now in this moment, I think I can take him.
There's no way. And no, it's we're
George
pretty
is better.
competitive. We're
George
pretty
is better.
competitive against each other, though. I think together, we've played tournaments in the past, and I think one thing we're really good at is even though a lot of the times we might play against teams that are better than us, we dig deep, but against each other, we are very very competitive. We love to go against each other, and I mean, there's nothing's more fun than body bagging Austin every once in a while.
Is the Pickler planning on having another combine event?
Yes. So we will do a combine once a year. That will be an annual event. And that I think as we more clubs open across the country, we'll have kind of mini combines, in each kind of region, and then a major one at our headquarters.
Yeah. So the cool thing too, Ruby, we have not only for the Pickler combine, because we also want to give exposure to players within our clubs to have exposure to the pro game, but we own part of a major league pickleball team called the California Black Bears. So that combine that you're referring to, we had some of the best players in the country come out, and when we drafted our team, we drafted a couple of players just knowing what we had seen at the combine. And I think moving forward, one of the things that we really want to do, and we preach at the Picklers, where pros are made, right? And so I think that's one of the cool things about the Pickler is you can come in and know nothing about the game, and within a year, 2 years, get to 4.550 and just have access to just getting better, from ball machines to different paddles to training. And that's what I love about the culture of the Pickler. We preach a lot on connect, dink, and compete. And that competition side, we love to see people get better and better.
And in the beginning, was franchising always the plan?
Yeah, that's a great question. So when we, it wasn't at the very beginning, no, right? When we were discussing our first club and we were starting to look for, where we were going to lease from and what that club was going to look like and building the brand, no. But really quickly when we started the construction side of things, me and George were, kept giving tours from people that would fly in even before we were even open, that wanted to see what we were doing, and heard about it, and were interested because, we one of the earlier adopters of indoor pickleball facilities. And so we quickly realized, like, hey, we need to consider this being bigger than just a couple of facilities here in Utah. And, franchising kind of was thrown out there. And George had a famous interview with PayPal. It was like almost in our first or second month of being open. PayPal flew out and did an interview with us. And George said in that interview that we were going to dot the country with Picklers. And so we're like, well, I guess we better do it, since we just told everybody we are. And we started developing our programs and building out our own facilities until we felt comfortable enough to say, hey, we're ready to franchise.
Yeah, though that's a great question. I think franchising also allows us to go to market faster, but it gives people an opportunity that are very passionate about pickleball to have a pickleball business. Right. And you've probably met some people in Blaine this week that are part of that group that just love it. And I think for us, it's also a great opportunity to give people an opportunity to be a part of a business that's growing and it's exciting, and to be able to do it in different communities. And Blaine for us was one of the first locations we visited. It's been over a year since we looked at this location and facility, and Minnesota does not get enough credit for how great the pickleball scene is there, from venues to players. there is a lot of pickleball that goes on in Minnesota, and the state of Minnesota does not get enough credit for how great pickleball is there. Would you agree?
It's hard to say.
Well, you guys do a great job.
Thank you. The Tickler does a lot currently for promoting pickleball. Are they partnered up with any high schools or colleges to further promote youth pickleball?
Yeah, so we in Utah, because we've obviously that's where we've been the longest. I think we've held 3 or 4 large high school tournaments of 25 plus high schools each time. So we have that. We have a program called Train the Trainer, and where we invite high school and junior high and elementary school like PE instructors and teachers to come and learn pickleball the right way and to learn all the nuances and the rules and be able to teach kids as part of their PE programs. And we really have pushed to not only to create high school clubs, but also we've been a big supporter of college clubs as well. So like we currently support Utah State, Utah Tech, some other things for a few other colleges as well. And right now Utah Tech and Utah State are both of the top 10 in college clubs. So we're big promoters of that. And as we continue to grow outside of Utah and are in communities like Blaine, we're going to continue that same effort to push high school pickleball, youth pickleball, and collegiate pickleball.
Yeah, and we have a pretty cool story with a couple of our employees that work for us that are now part of these collegiate teams, and so they started in high school coming to our youth programs, and then have been a part of their high school teams, and now they play for the college team. And one of the cool stories, shout out to Dylan Rainbow Champagne. He is one of the players in the Utah Tech team, and she's an instructor and works for us, but also is one of the first recipients of a scholarship from Utah Tech, right? So you're going to start seeing more and more universities be able to offer
pickleball scholarships.
Yeah, which will be super exciting.
That's really cool. I heard a rumor that there are going to be some picklers opening in Canada. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, so we are expanding to Canada. We're hopefully getting that deal closed this month here in June. So they'll get starting going. But we are working with a group that is going to be doing the entire country of Canada, with some other people helping as well. And yeah, we should see picklers popping up in Canada, obviously all across the U.S. and potentially Australia this year.
No, Canada is one we're super excited about. And just like everywhere in the world right now, people are, there's not enough pickleball courts in Canada in particular. They need more courts. And so for us to be able to get there, the game of pickleball is growing so fast out there, and we're excited to get there. And I've never been to Canada, so I'm very excited to get to Canada and as Austin mentioned, Australia, and hopefully all over the world here soon.
Okay, and last question: who's your favorite person to body bag?
Well, George already told you that it was me, so I would probably say my favorite person to body bag besides George, because George is up there, would be Alema, because I've never done it.
Yeah, mine definitely has to be Austin, but it's fun to try to hit Tyler Leung every once in a while. But if you hit Tyler Leung, you got to be careful because he comes after you, and it's very scary to get hit by a pro. It hurts.
All right, thank you guys so much for the interview and your time.
Oh, no problem.
Thank you, Ruby.
To do it.
Thank you.
And we're glad that you're promoting us, and hopefully you're having a good time at the facility. I've seen a couple of your videos, and it looks amazing.
Yeah, I love the facility.
Awesome. Hey, well, thanks for the time,
you.
Ruby.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, yeah.